Organization of drills. The first version of the IEP was completed in November 2009 and was very quickly used at the center of a crisis operations management team's very first desktop drill exercise, Clear Sky. For this drill, following briefing and training, the crisis team were required to deal with a mock contamination emergency in a desktop exercise held at the National Water Control Center. As the day progressed, other problems and challenges were introduced. Always keen to progress to the next drill, Drill Desert Lion was quickly scheduled for June 2010. The second drill was different and more ambitious and challenging than the first, as it involved movement of some of the actual equipment and staff to the site. For the first time, Kahramaa had to work with an external agency. Planning for the drill again involved Kahramaa's own managers and engineers working closely alongside experts. By carrying out joint drill planning in this way, it meant that valuable emergency drill planning methods and techniques could begin to be transferred. The Crisis Operations Management Room in the National Water Control Center was fully equipped, providing links to SCADA, the facility to print and wall-mount maps and ensure that all members of the crisis team will be identified with high-vis jackets and communicate via phones and dedicated computers. It was requested that this drill was fully scripted with each person's behavior being defined and notified to them in advance. The date of the drill was known to all and a full rehearsal took place 1 full week in advance. The scenario for Drill 2 Desert Lion involved a simulated major loss of supply from one of the large desalination plant supplies and a series of failures that would leave large numbers of people in Qatar without water.
Most of our reservoirs has affected, and we forced to reduce the pumping hours. The customers affected around 58,000, and we expect this number to be increased to 95,000.
For this reason, a liaison officer from one of the independent water power producers was invited to take part in Kahramaa's desktop crisis meeting.
For us to properly understand the situation, of course, to carry out our necessary actions for the resolution of this emergency, we made analysis which will be shown to you. We need at least a dispatch or a forwarding from the desalination plant of around 240 MIGD. In this case, because of the shutdown of RAF A1, Raslapan A and Raslapan B, we have a shortfall of around 98 MIGD.
نزلناها خلال 3 أيام الماضية. التأثير يبين واضح في المناطق الصفراء في الخريطة هذه. يعني احنا لاحظنا هذا. Beni Hajar area, we will focus on our VIP customers, like Amir's Palace. We will do in our network with our staff, just to provide continuous supply to Wajba Palace.
الإجراءات اللي عم يعملها الطرف اللي بيأمن لي المي، وبدي أحكي عن الإجراءات اللي أنا عم بخدها لأمن حد أدنى من موارد المائية للمشتركين.
بجوز هون بسوى إنه ال HSE تكون جاهزة.
New equipment was also trialed and tested with a lightweight, easy-to-deploy, collapsible, safe drinking water tank, being flown especially from Europe for this important exercise. Information was prepared for the population and media as to what was happening and what they should do. The risk to water quality was assessed and a simulation of the checks and samples required were carried out. A schedule for providing water to the population by Kahraman's own tankers was created and tested in Doha City. The drill was completed successfully, and a few days later, a detailed post-event review meeting was held with members of the crisis operations team attending.